Hello and welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the co-hosts here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the charts. And as I'm sure you are aware, we have seen the price of Bitcoin have a nice pump towards the upside. Now, this is not really what I've been expecting. There are still a lot of bearish signs out there for me. Sat right in front of me right now, and this is why I am still expecting lower. However, if we break above these levels, then of course we could see the price have another rally towards the upside. So I'm going to talk about a potential trade as well today, and looking at the levels as well. Looking at the levels that we need to be looking at, look at the levels which, if we break, where are the next levels that we're going to? If we get rejected from these levels, where are we going there from there as well? So yeah, if that sounds interesting, please make sure you smash a like on this video, and yeah, we'll get straight on into the video. So bringing up the Bitcoin charts, we're looking at the daily chart right here. Now, we have had a nice push towards the upside. Okay, we also have had a nice spike in volume. Okay, this is very bullish. However, we are coming into lots of resistance up here. Okay, so from the previous swing high to the swing low right here, we do have a golden Fibonacci, a golden pocket, a golden pocket between the 0.618 and the 0.66 coming in right here. So that's coming in between 19,180 approximately and 19,440 approximately as well. So we do just have to be aware of that, because that is coming in confluence with this ascending parallel channel as well. We've used this as resistance previously before. We've used it as support as well. So this is a valid ascending parallel channel, and we are using that as resistance as well. So what we can see here is that we do have two bits of confluence right here telling us that this is a strong resistance level. And to add on to that as well, we also have this major resistance level here as well, just a little bit below it. But this has been major support over the course of 2022. As if you watched the previous video from yesterday, you will be aware that I showed you this. It's been major support over the course of 2022. And now that we are retesting it, we are going to use it as resistance. We have used it as resistance once before. Right here, we tested it to the dollar, got a rejection, and then we saw Bitcoin have another pullback. But initially, lots of resistance here, and then just the cherry on top. What we are looking at here as well is from this high here to this high that we're creating here, we are forming lower highs. Okay, but then we're coming to the RSI, and we are very clearly forming higher highs on the RSI. Okay, so this is a textbook bearish divergence, and then we are very overextended on the RSI indicator as well. So there's lots of indications right here telling me that this is a very strong level of resistance right here, and we could see the price actually pull back. And for me, it's looking like there's a high possibility that this could happen. I know I was looking to short lower, okay, because I was looking at trading this range. However, we trade this range until the range is broken, and that's what I was trying to do. Unfortunately, we did miss two previous trades. So we missed this one down here, and we missed this short here. First of all, this was when we had the FOMC meeting, so I decided against trading that because we could see the price have gone either way. But initially, that would have been a good trade. And this one here as well, back in November, I was ill, so we were unfortunately unable to trade that one, or I was unable to bring you that trade. And I was looking to continue to trade this. There was a nice long position here. That played out there, and then I was looking at shorting this here. Unfortunately, the range broke. Okay, we've had a break of the range now, and we are seeing the price break above. Well, we have seen the price break above the high of that range and the first high of the range as well. But initially, it's still looking like that we could come back into this range potentially just by looking at this daily chart here. Okay, so I'm not looking at this 8-hour chart now. What I'm focusing on is this daily chart, because this is giving us the most accurate information right now. And the higher the time frame as well, the more accurate the signals are. So this is why I'm focusing on the 1 hour. Now, what I'm looking at here is a lot of resistance, as I said. but we have this ascending parallel channel. So where could the price go if we were to see a rejection from this level right here? Well, the price would most likely come down to the mid-range for starters. Okay, this has, I've been preaching this for a very long time now. The mid-range of parallel channels does act as support and resistance. As you can see here, a bit of support, a bit of resistance there, and a bit of support here as well. So the mid-range does act as support and resistance. So that would be the first target. If we were to get a rejection from here, we were to gets a reaction from this rejection, as in the price pulling back, then the first target would be that mid-range right here. Then if we were to break the mid-range, then I would be expecting the price to come down to the support at the bottom of the parallel ascending channel. So this is what I'm looking at right now, and I'm potentially going to be shorting this, but I'm not going to be shorting from here. I'm going to wait and see if we can come up to this golden pocket here, and then if we get a bearish reaction from there, okay, if we get a bearish reaction from there, then I will be looking at getting into a short position. But right now I'm just being a little bit cautious, okay, because we are still bullish, okay, and we are in fact forming starting to form potential higher highs as well. So we could start to see a bullish trend coming as well. So I'm being very careful if I am considering entering these short positions. And of course, if I do enter a short position, you will be the first people to know about it. But what I'm noticing here, okay, is that we have this low here, we have this high, okay. Then we decided to form a higher low, sorry, and now we're forming a higher high, okay. So we've had a market structure change, okay, from bearish, okay, and now we are starting to see the market have a bullish structure to it, okay. So there is a possibility that we are going to have a rejection from here, come back down, form another higher high, and then we could see the price push higher as well, okay. Maybe even break towards the upside of this ascending parallel channel. Now, it is a possibility that we could break above this ascending parallel channel right now, and this is why I'm being a little bit cautious, okay? And I'm not going to short the levels up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to short the reactions, okay? I'm going to short the reactions if we do get a bearish reaction to this, and hopefully ride that short all the way down to this TP2 at around, approximately $16,900 would be that approximate target. I've walked you through it. That there's so many bearish targets right now. You've got bearish divergences, lots and lots of resistance right here, and then RSI is very overextended. So it's looking prime for a pullback right now. Just want to wait and see if we can hit this golden pocket here and then see a bearish reaction to that. Now, for the bullish case, there is a possibility that we could just break straight through this golden pocket right here. And that's initially why I'm waiting for the bearish reaction to decide whether I'm going to enter into a short position or not. Because if we do break above this, because we've had high volume, so there is a possibility that the bulls can continue this push towards the upside. And then the next level that I would be looking at is potentially $21,500. That would sort of be the next price target that I have if we do break above let's say $19,440. That's sort of the approximate level. If we break above that, we break above this golden pocket here, then we could see the price pump even more. We've had a nice spike in volume. That's what you want to see whilst the price is pushing towards the upside. As you can see, the price was pushing towards the upside here, but on very minimal volume. Volume was decreasing, and what we needed was that big spike in volume, and that is initially what's happened. And now there is a possibility that if we can break above these resistance levels here, then the bulls can continue this push towards the upside. Obviously, we want to see another big spike in volume if these resistance levels are broken. So that's what we want to see. So this is sort of everything for Bitcoin right now. Obviously, nothing too major right now. Just waiting to see if this golden pocket can be hit and we get a bearish reaction to it. If we get a bearish reaction to it, then I would potentially be looking at entering a trade. And of course, you will be the first people to know about it. And then there is also that possibility that we could break above this golden pocket as well. And that could be bullish, and we could see the price push towards the upside. I don't tend to trade breakouts. Okay, I like to trade supports. So I don't know if I would trade this as of yet. It depends what the market was telling me at that moment in time. And of course, if I were to long it, then I would be bringing that live to you as well. But initially, it's looking bullish right now. And I haven't looked at the DXY recently because they haven't, Bitcoin and the DXY, they're normally inversely correlated, but they haven't been inversely correlated as such recently. But now I'm starting to see that correlation as well. We've had the DXY, as you can see here, we broke below this major support level here, and then started to use it as resistance. That's why it's marked as resistance now. And then we got rejected from it. And whilst we were getting rejected from this, okay, what was Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin was pushing towards the upside. So now I'm starting to look at this and think, okay, well, the DXY and Bitcoin are once again inversely correlated. This is good because the DXY really, really helps us with our analysis. So I'm going to start looking at what the DXY is doing. And what I can see that the DXY is doing right now is actually having a slight push towards the upside today. And this could really help us because Bitcoin's coming into resistance. Bitcoin is looking very overextended. Bitcoin is looking prime for a pullback right now. Okay, so looking at the DXY, it can help us a little bit. It's pushing towards the upside. If they're inversely correlated and the DXY is pushing towards the upside, then Bitcoin is most likely going to have a pullback as well. Okay, so this is just another thing telling me that the price could actually keep going to the wrong one. Could actually find strong resistance here and have a strong rejection from that level as well, coming down to this support level. So that's another thing to be looking at, that DXY as well. And now, if we do see a rejection from this level, okay, where could we look for the next trade, or where could we look at the price finding support? And where I would look at the price finding support is, first of all, let's pull a fib retracement from, let's get that magnet tool up, from the previous high, okay, previous swing high to the swing low. That's where we've got this one here, okay. And then, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing here, actually. Here we go. We're going swing low to swing high, sorry. Right, pulling it from swing low to swing high, okay, right here. This is where we found support previously here, okay? And we go back to this chart right here, the 8-hour chart, okay? As you can see, this is from swing low to swing high, okay? And you can see Bitcoin found perfect support with that value area low, okay? Good long entry right there, and you can long that up to value area high, and then even higher as well. Okay, so there was lots of support here, but where are we going to find that next support level? Because obviously we can't use this as the next support level if the price does pull back, because it's not valid. Okay, we have to take it to the next pivot high. Okay, so fib retracements are always from pivot low to pivot high, or pivot high to pivot low. Okay, so we want to pull this for up to the next pivot high. So let's say that this is the high here, and we're going to see a rejection from here. Oops. Okay, we've brought it to swing high here. Say this is going to be the top. Okay, we could potentially find support, because there is some confluence. We could potentially find some support around this area here. Let's just get that pen tool out right here. We could find some support around this level here, okay, around sort of between $16,700 and $16,975. That's where we could see the price pull back to and find support and potentially enter a long position from there, if we can see some more confluence, such as maybe a bullish divergence as such, or something else, horizontal level, anything to give us more confluence there. But that's where we could see the price pull back to if we do get a rejection from here. Of course, right now, because we haven't cemented in this high here, okay, we haven't cemented in a high, this fib is not accurate right now. We could push a little bit higher, meaning that we would have to pull this fib a little bit higher as well. So we'll have to see if it does come down to that, as in the price comes down here. Okay, because then we can pull that fib from swing low to the next swing high, and we can find a nice support level to look for that trade in the future. Okay, but right now, we could potentially see Bitcoin test this golden pocket here and find a rejection from there, or we could just get a rejection from here. We are coming into resistance as well, and we have this massive bearish divergence on the daily as well. Lower lows on the price action chart, higher highs on the RSI. So, look, right now it's looking prime for a pullback. Coming and looking at the ES as well. Okay, so this is the S&P 500 E-mini futures. This gives us a really good understanding of where the price could be going as well, because we know that Bitcoin does follow the traditional market. And what I'm looking at here is what I've been looking at for the whole course of 2022, and we're now in 2023, and we're still respecting this downwards trending trend line right here. So this white line right here that I'm moving around the screen, we've respected this over the course of 2022. As we can see, literally to the dollar, we've respected this multiple times, and then we broke above it slightly here, but it was only a wick, okay? But the candle still got a rejection from this downwards trending resistance level right here, and we established resistance here as well with that wick. But initially, we've respected this over the course of 2022, and we're continuing to respect this in 2023. As we can see, we've tested it pretty much to the dollar right here. And as of today, it looks as though we could be getting a rejection from this resistance once again. Okay, this is not going to be good for Bitcoin, and this is just adding more confluence onto this possible short position right here, this possible rejection from this resistance here, and bringing us down. We have the DXY looking like it wants to push towards the upside today, and we have the S&P, or the ES. We're seeing that have a rejection once again from this downwards trending resistance level that it has been finding resistance at for the whole of 2022, and now we're seeing it in 2023 as well. So right now, there's just so many indications telling me that the price is going to pull back from this level right here. Now, of course, we could see a break above this, and then if we do see this a break above this, of course, I think we could come to $21,500 approximately. I think that could be the target, but right now, I'm looking at the price being more bearish than bullish. All of these indications are telling me that. So I'm expecting a pullback from here. It's looking prime for a pullback from here as well. Just going to go through the comments quickly. Crypt Invest, good morning to you. Smash that like button. Yeah, if everyone can smash that like button, really appreciate it. I can see 20 people in this live. Do you see a big dump coming or crabbing towards the downside? Okay, so for me, I still expect the price to potentially go down to 14,000, 12,000, maybe even 10,000. I think that's a possibility, okay? Because what we've seen is a major level being broken, okay? So we're looking at this bigger time frame here. We're looking at the weekly chart, okay? We've seen a big major level break here. Okay, when we've broken a major level previously, for example, I'm not going to go through it because I've gone through it multiple times, but I'll just go through a small part of it. Okay, we've broken a major level right here. What did we do? We retested it and we saw a rejection. Where did the price go? Well, the price went to the next major level. This is what happens the majority of the time. When we hit a major level, we get rejected from a major level, or we find support at a major level. What happens is the price goes to the next major level. This is what we're seeing right now, okay? We've seen a break of a major level. We're seeing a retest of the major level. If we get rejected from this major level here, then I do anticipate the price coming down to 14,000, 12,000, potentially even 10,000. Me, myself, I'm more of a swing trader / day trader. I class myself as a day trader, but sometimes my day trades do turn into swing trades. So I just put myself somewhere in the middle of that. So for me, I like to look for the shorter term price action. Okay, that's what I focus on. I focus on the shorter time. I focus on what I'm looking for the price to do, maybe within a single day or within a single week. Okay, and I don't think I ever hold trades open longer than a week, unless I'm turning it into a bigger swing trade. But for me right now, if we are going to see a big dump, and we are going to see that final capitulation potentially down to 14,000, 12,000, or 10,000, okay, it would happen from where we are now, okay, because we are coming to that we're testing that major level. This major level is between $18,850 approximately and $19,750 approximately. Okay, that's where the major level is. Okay, and as you can see right now, we are testing that major level right now. Okay, if we can break above $19,700, $750, and we can hold this as support. We can turn this into support. Then what we could see is the bull market starting again, and then we can see the price moving a lot higher, coming back to 25,000, coming back to 30,000. Okay, yes, we could see that, but what do we need to do? We need to break above this major resistance level right here, and then flip it into support. Okay, but if we are going to see a rejection from this major resistance here, then the likelihood of it is that the price is going to come down and have that final capitulation event, like it has, for example, this previous time right here. Okay, we've broken the major level. Okay, what did we do? Okay, 2 weeks later, we retested it as 3 weeks later, we retested it as resistance, as you can see right there. Okay, and then we got a rejection and we saw the price absolutely crash. Okay, this is what I would be expecting to see if and only if we were to get a rejection from here. Okay, so right now, just looking at this daily chart here, I would be expecting the price to have a small crash. Okay, a small crash down to $16,900 approximately. Okay, but if we were to break this support here, and if we were to break that previous low, then yes, I think this could turn into a bigger crash because we would be getting rejected from this major level right here. Okay, even if we get rejected from where we are now, there is a high possibility that we could get rejected from this level here because we've only got 2 days and 12 hours left of this weekly candle. Okay, if we are going to get rejected, it's most likely going to be next week or potentially the week after. So those are going to be two really important weeks because they are going to be the deciding weeks whether we're going to actually break this resistance or we're going to get rejected from this resistance here. We've got 2 days and 12 hours left of this weekly candle. I do not expect this candle, okay, to break above this resistance here. Reason being, okay, it is a Friday. Okay, it is a Friday, and the weekends we don't tend to see any movement at all. Sunday nights are an exception, okay, because that's when some people are waking up. It's Monday morning for them, and that's when the trading starts again. But over the course of the weekend, I would not expect the price to pump massively. Okay, so I wouldn't expect the price to move much at all. Okay, so I wouldn't expect this candle to break above this week, but next week would be very important. Next week we could see a break above it, okay, or we could see a rejection from it. Okay, so that's going to be really important. But if we do get rejected from it, I'm telling you now, I'm expecting that final capitulation event. But if we break above it and use it as support, then of course I think that's when I can finally say that the bull market has finally started again. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. I'm just looking at the levels. Okay, I'm a level to level trader. Okay, if we break a level, what are we doing? We're looking at the next levels. If we get rejected from a level, what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at the next levels towards the downside. Okay, that's what I'm looking at, and that's I've gone through it multiple times. Break of a major level, retest of the major level, okay, and rejection, you see the price break towards the downside, okay? So we have to take that into consideration, and it's happened throughout the entire history of Bitcoin. And just looking at this chart, which goes all the way back to 2017, it's happened since 2017, okay? Just looking right here at this TA, every time we've broken a major level or we've seen a rejection from a major level, where do we go to? The next major level, whether that's towards the upside or towards the downside. Okay, the price is just brought. It's like major levels are like magnets. Okay, and they do tend to get hit. So if we do get rejected from here, the next major level is actually all the way down at sort of $11,000, $12,000. That's what we would be looking at. But if we can break this, use it as support, then the next major level is 25,000. Okay, and if we can break that, then we're going to the next major level, and so on and so on. So yeah, that's everything I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now. Ethereum. Again, we've got this golden pocket here, not a lot of confluence coming in, but whatever Bitcoin is going to do, Ethereum is going to follow as well. Looking at Ethereum, okay, we are forming lower lows on the price action. Let's come to the daily chart actually. Okay, this shows it perfectly. Okay, lower lows on the Ethereum chart right here on the price action chart. However, higher highs on the RSI, and we're overextended on the RSI. So massive bullish divergence there, prime for a pullback. And then we also have this major golden pocket coming in here as well, between $1,450 approximately and $1,472 approximately. So we could see the price come and test this and then potentially see a rejection there. But again, for Ethereum, I am expecting a pullback as with Bitcoin because there's just so many bearish signs coming out right now. ES has rejected and DXY has also bounced, so wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a pullback for now. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I've said. We're seeing the ES get a rejection, and we're seeing that DXY have a little push towards the upside today. So would not be surprised if we have that pullback at all. S&P 500 didn't even go up to test the downward sloping trends line. I don't know what you're looking. I don't know if you're talking about this one here, Crippy, and I don't know what chart you're looking at. I'm looking at the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which is the ES1, and that did come and test this downtrending resistance level here. I don't know if on the normal S&P 500, on the normal S&P 500 futures or just the S&P in itself, I don't know if this trend line has been respected as it has been on the ES as well. It's over the course of 2022. But yeah, I'm looking at the ES. That's what I tend to look at, and it has touched this resistance, and it is getting a rejection as of now. Of course, that can change because we've still got 9 hours and 42 minutes left of this candle. But it looks today that it's getting a rejection, DXY pushing. So Bitcoin will most likely have a pullback from here. So we will see what happens. Lots and lots of resistance, and the textbook bearish divergence coming in as well. RSI overextending. Lots of signals telling us that it's primed for a pullback. Fib from 11th of Jan 2021 to high on 28th of September 2022, and DXY is bouncing on the 0.5. Okay, so fib from, is that on the DXY? So fib from 11th of Jan 2021 to the high on the 28th of September 2022. Is that on Bitcoin or is that on the DXY? I'm guessing you're saying it's on the DXY. Let's have a look. So fib from 11th of Jan 2021. Let's go to the weekly quickly. Let's get rid of that. 11th of January. There we go. 11th of Jan right there. Pull that to September. What did he say? 28th. Okay. Well, it says 26th here. I'm on the weekly chart. Maybe you're on the daily chart. On the 055. Let me just change this back to standard then. Yeah, you're right there. We're finding, well, it's testing the 0.5 Fibonacci level right now. And yeah, I guess we'll see if that can hold. If it can hold, if we do see a bounce, let's move to the daily quickly and let's see. On the daily, it looks as though it has actually broken, potentially finding a bit of support there. But, coming to the weekly, if we're looking at it on the weekly, we've got 11 hours left, okay, because obviously this will close today. But yeah, if it can hold support here and it does see a bounce from that 0.5, then yes, that's going to be bad for Bitcoin as well. And, we could see it actually come up to 0.382. That's going to be bad for Bitcoin. However, if it can break the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, then of course we could see Bitcoin have that push towards the upside. So, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. This week is a very important week. Okay, I do think that we are not going to see much more movement towards the upside, and if we are going to see any more movement, I reckon it will be towards the downside. And then next week's going to be very, very important because yeah, we're going to have that decision of whether, or the next 2 weeks, sorry, we're going to have that decision. Well, Bitcoin's going to have that decision whether it wants to break this resistance or if it wants to reject from this resistance as well. So that's going to be very, very important. I'm pretty sure that's all I've got for you today. We'll have a look at daily FX quickly, see if there's anything. We have the Michigan consumer sentiment today as well at 3 o'clock. Don't expect that to move the price much at all, but it is something to be aware of. PPI month over month, that is next week. So that is something we'll have to look at. Retail sales as well. And what else? But building has nothing to do with it as well. So yeah, we'll have to see how that affects the market next week. If it does affect the market, they don't really tend to affect the market much. But yeah, we'll have to see next week, as I said, and the week after. They're going to be the deciding weeks. I think whether we're going to break this resistance here or whether we're going to get a rejection from this resistance here. For me right now, it's looking more bearish than bullish. But yeah, we'll have to see. We could break these resistance here, and then we could see the price push higher. Of course, if anything changes, you will be the first people to know about about it. And thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you smash a like on this video, and I will see you for the normal live tomorrow. However, if anything changes today, I will come live, obviously, and I will update you with anything. So thank you once again for watching, and smash that like button, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Thank you very much, guys.